Well, hello again, internet people. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're looking at Manchester United versus Arsenal, in which the game finished 1-1. On paper, formation-wise for United, 3-4-3. And for Arsenal, it's a 4-3-3. The build-up play for Manchester United, they build up with the three centre-backs. And their centre-backs are really wide, which made it very difficult for Arsenal to close them down, to press them the way they like to press. Now, Arsenal formation without the ball, their shape is 4-4-2. And what Arsenal tried to do, they played a risky game. They pushed Ranieri on the number 3. And you had Odegaard in the middle and Marine on the left-hand side. Which then left Eriksen to go on the left-hand side. So Timber had to pick him up. Which left the left wing back free. And they did get out on a few occasions, but Arsenal managed to shuffle across the right hand side to make sure they didn't make any further progress. They did it on the right hand side as well. Now with Arsenal, how did they build up? They build up in a 2-3-5 shape, as you can see here. Manchester United sat in a low block, or sat deep in a 5-4-1, in narrow 4. And what Arsenal were trying to do is to get Odegaard on the ball in the pockets for him to free himself and then to dink little balls, switch play so runners can run into it. But I thought Manchester United, to be honest, their shape was so good, they were well disciplined, and sometimes you had Marino dropping back into midfield, and then the three defenders for United had no one to mark. They stayed where they were, didn't follow him. So I think they were very disciplined in what they were trying to do. Basically playing on the counter, on transition, trying to win the ball deep and break, inviting Arsenal on them and then break. With 5 minutes to go in the first half, they had a free kick. And the only thing I want to talk about here is basically Rainer's position in his free kick is on the right-hand side, hoping that the wall will stop the ball going over, but it didn't. Bruno is so good at these, and he scored. If I think Rainer would have been centrally and then let Bruno decide where he's going to put it, maybe he would have saved it. We'll never know. They went in at half time, winning 1-0. Second half, Arsenal sort of pressed forward a bit more. Now their left back and right back were going into positions which they were inverting. That's what they did. Eventually on the right hand side from Timber, he managed to get the ball free to Declan Rice, who made it 1-1. Now this is what Arsenal were trying to do in the second half. They sort of push United. I'm not quite sure whether they pushed United back or United decided to drop back and to play on the counter. Let them overload and see if they can counter. It's exactly what happened. So Arsenal had their right back and left back inverting, as you can see here, the 2 and the 3. And which left space down the right hand side and the left hand side. Because it did that, the manager of United decided to now, I wouldn't say introduce his wing back now, but what they found more space. Every time the right wing back picked up the ball, he ran through the middle, not the right hand side, through the middle, and someone else then took his space. And at one time you had where they made a run, got across the ball. It was Declan Rice who made a ditching tackle, a wonderful tackle. That would have been a goal. It would have been 2-1. Game done, I think that would have been. And again, you had Zirkzee missing a chance. I think there was loads of chances. When I say loads, maybe about 3 or 4. I reckon within that 10 minutes, right, they could have been 3-1 up. Finished the game completely. But it didn't happen. So I thought it was a masterclass performance. Well, tactical masterclass by the manager of United. Seeing Arsenal overloading and seeing where their space is. Obviously, if the wing back gonna go where they went, the space gonna be down the wings, and he found it and nearly scored. But he did say afterwards that that's not the way he wants to play. He has to play like that because obviously he feels that at the moment Arsenal are a better team in possession, because not a lot of teams in the Premier League actually try to outpass Arsenal. But if you get your tactics right and let them overload in certain areas, if they do that again, they might not do that again now, because if they do that, they know what the other team's going to do. But obviously, you've got to beat, in order for you to counter-attack, you've got to have the team someone who can run with the ball, and I think United had 4 players who can actually carry that ball. Well, Holland, is it Holland? I should call him, the number 9 who came on. He can run with the ball as well. So anyway, that's my take on it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace and out.